Hello. No. Hello. There you go. I wasn't going to tell you this, but since you gave me such a warm welcome, I've just learned something from Eden. I had a colonoscopy, and where's my med students? Where's the med students? Where are you? Right. Okay. Is this normal? Right? Because they did the... No, I think they'll know. Don't worry. Right. So, are you a real doctor? Yeah, then no. I hate real doctors. I've got a PhD. Anyway, I will get started in a minute. Right, anyway, so, right, this is what happened. I had my colonoscopy, and they were doing the prep before they shoved the camera thing. And the doctor went, and he went, oh, that was easy. That's not okay! That's not okay, is it? Right. And then what happened was I then learned, right, that if they take a polyp, they tattoo you inside, right? So I only learned tonight I've got 27 tattoos, not 26. I've got an internal tramp stamp. How am I to do that? Yeah. How many of the comedians have come out and said they've been fingered by a doctor before they said their name? Huh? Yeah. Right. Anyway. Right. So I'm sorry. I thought we'd start off by doing a bit of research, a bit novel. If that's all right. I haven't done ethics for this, so shh. All right, give me a cheer if you are working. You've got a job. Give me a cheer. Fantastic. Give me a cheer if you're healthy and feel good. Okay, you're doing very well. Participant information statements will be passed around the audience. Now, give me a cheer if you have a job and you feel healthy. Fantastic. Well done, all of you that cheered. The rest of you that didn't, you are fucked. So that's what I do. I'm in occupational health, right? Right? That's it. That's all I got. How long we got left? Fuck's sake. Has everyone got any jokes? All right. I'll keep going. So yeah, occupational health. I'm actually a specialist. I'm a suicidologist, which is a real job, Mum. Yeah, I'm a specialist in suicide. But the problem with being a specialist in suicide, above the obvious, is that people move away from you at parties. Like, what do? I do suicide. No. But it can be very upsetting. It's an occupational hazard. Yeah, real joke. Did you like that? Yeah. Shut up, you. The problem is that there was a chap called Emil Durkheim. He wrote this book on suicide about 100 years ago, and we're still using it, right? This is our main book to study suicide. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's a wank. I'm not saying that. Right? What I'm saying is that Durkheim never had to deal with the social hierarchy impacts of a 14-year-old child being, what's the word? Groomed. Radicalised by a bellend on TikTok with no shirt shouting at a protein yogurt, right? I'm not saying that we do different work, right? I just think it's not fair, right? Why is it all Durkheim? Why is it not Sally Walker, right? Thank you. And the rest of you who said nothing, fuck you. So no, suicide's been very good to me, which is a weird sentence. I've flown around the world. I was invited to Australia to consult on the Australian suicide prevention policy. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, come on. Yeah, this face, Australia, right? And I was really excited to go. And I went out, and my new best friend, the first thing, when you go out there, you suddenly realise that Australia is the land of death. Like, not for suicide. No, because everything and everyone wants to kill you. Stepping outside of the house in Australia is considered a suicide attempt. Did you know this? That's how deadly Australia is. And so I went over, and my new best friend, the taxi driver, said to me, "Are you excited to be here?" And I said, "No, I'm terrified of spiders." And he went, "No, mate." This is an Australian accent. "No, mate, it's not the fucking spiders. The fucking snakes. The snakes, right? The fucking snakes, they look like sticks. They fucking hide. You step on them, the bastards bite you, you die." And the head of the Australian Tourist Board then left me in the middle of Canberra, which, I don't know if you know Canberra, it is apparently the world's greatest reservoir of unattended fucking sticks. I spent 3 days walking in an L shape going, fuck, fuck, fuck. Right? After the third day, I was seen, and it was on the news in Canberra, standing in front of a tree, screaming, "Bite me, you slithery bastards!" But that wasn't as bad as the kangaroo thing. Who here thinks they've seen a kangaroo? No, you haven't. You've seen 3 wombats in a fucking trench coat. They're not real. Right? This is where we're going to deal with facts. Kangaroos not real, right? You think they're real, they're not, right? So the same way we tell Americans that we hunt haggis. It's bullshit, right? And the reason I think this is because I only ever saw a kangaroo when it was dead at the side of the road. Like some discarded clothes. You know when you drop your clothes at the end of the day? I mean, you definitely have. You've never hung up clothes in your entire life, have you? I'm not saying that you... Yeah, okay. No, but seriously, right? That's what it looked like. Kangaroos are supposed to look like deer crossed with bouncers with a handbag. They're not supposed to look like your laundry. So I worked it out. What actually happens is every week the Australians get together, they have their homemade kangaroo outfits, and they go bouncing across the fucking plain just to fuck with tourists. Do you know why you can't approach a kangaroo? You've heard that? It's not safe? You've heard it? Yeah, I'm not making this up? Yeah? The reason you can't approach it, it's not because they're violent, it's because if you get too close to it, you hear one say to the other, "Nah, Steve, it's the fucking snakes! We'll bite you!" All of this is me explaining why I gave a report to the Australian government dressed in a homemade kangaroo outfit wearing a sign that said, "Sticks are bastards." I was asked to leave. Great piece of work. This isn't the biggest issue I've ever got into because of suicide. Again, not a great sentence. And I'm going to tell you about this. I was on a plane coming back from Paris. Paris, yes. I spent the last 3 weeks gathering suicide notes from French soldiers in the First World War. People go to Paris for the romance, for wine and cheese. I came back with a paper folder of depression and a Boots fucking meal deal. But I was very proud of myself because I'd been practicing my French, which I am shit at. So I got my research, I got back on my plane, I thought, this is my last hurrah, I will use my French. So I got to my seat, my neighbour is already there. Bonjour, madame. Nothing. And I said, excusez-moi, mais what's the fucking word for seat? Oh, no. Sit? And nothing, right? Not even in any effort, right? Didn't look at me. And I sat down and I started working. About an hour and a half into the flight, I look to my left. She's shaking. She's white. Her hands are gripping the end of the seats. She looks like a lightning bolt has been shoved up her arse. And I turn around to her and go, "Oh, ça va? Nothing. Instead, she responded with, like a coked up squirrel. I'm like, my French is not good enough. Ça va? And I'm like, I'm going to have to call for help. So what would you do? You call for help, right? You call for help. So I reach around, go to press the button, and I suddenly realise she's locked eyes with my computer screen. So as I go to look, and I look at what she's read on my screen, and I've just written the words, "I want to die." And I'm going to take all you bastards with me. Now, I then turn to her and go, no, bien, fuck, je suis, and I take her hand and I'm like, no, suicide. And then she screamed. Now, I want you to see it from her perspective. From her perspective, this had just happened, last hour and a half. A large man in a cowboy hat, for no explainable reason, had got onto a plane, confidently yelled at her in a language she didn't understand because she was from Liverpool. then sat down next to her, and then started working away, and then threatened her with Google Translate, then turned to her again, as she's in terror, grabbed her, continued to murmur confidently but quietly in her face before smiling and shouting, "Suicide!" I'm glad you laughed. Yeah, Marshall didn't. I'm banned from Air France. Never eat a shit croissant again. So, let me take my time, because I was going to tell you about dildos, but you don't look like the crowd that wants to know. You do. Come find me later, darling. So what have we learned? We've learned that, from an occupational health perspective, that work is good for your health. Working on a plane. Oh, no. You get arrested. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. I hope you have a lovely night. I hope you enjoy yourself. I've been Si Walker.